everyone. So, I am here with Ophelia. I set up, and Ophelia has been having fun with the light up things before I even started recording. So, if can you stop pressing the ball for me? Thank you. Okay. I think that Ophelia maybe wants to talk, and that's wonderful. So, now just for um, a little information is I name the vessels. I don't name the spirits. I do address the spirits by their vessel name, because that way it's easier for me to, they know that I'm talking to them. And then that way they can tell me what their name is if they choose to with the EVP recorders and spirit box or anything like that. So, and I do have my note thing here. So today's date is August 8th of 2023. And I'm just going to give a basic rundown of, I usually ask the questions initially with no spirit box. I will basically be looking for EVP responses. And then I ask the same questions again with the spirit box to see if I get responses through the spirit box. So, hi Ophelia. My name is Nicole, and I'd love to talk to you tonight. I'm going to just tell you about the tools. You've been using the tools, but I will tell you about them anyway. That flashlight was going off earlier too. I had asked her to shut it off, and she did. So the flashlight, which I'm sure you're familiar with because you were using it, you just turn the top of it and it turns the flashlight on. And then you turn it the opposite direction and it turns it off. This right here next to you is an EVP recorder. If you talk into that, I will be able to hear you. There's also an EVP recorder up here on this shelf. And if you talk into that, I will be able to hear you as well. This EMF detector, if you stand next to it, touch it, it will make the lights light up. And it goes up to 5 lights. And so you can use your energy to make the lights light up to however many lights as you can muster up the energy for. The little balls that are on your dress, those you were using before, those are the little blinker balls. And when you touch them, they blink. And the white light, when you stand next to it, it will light up and the light will stay on for a short amount of time. And I also have my spirit box, which I will use in a little bit. And basically, you can use that to manipulate and be able to speak through it. And then I have the thermal imaging camera, which I will use in a little bit as well. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, Ophelia, and I would love for you to chat with me. What is your name? I do leave a space. I know I've explained this in the other videos, but I do leave, like I don't say anything after the question for a period of time. That way it gives them a time to respond on the EVP. How old are you? Where are you from? So another spirit in the house had communicated to me that you are the one that keeps Ashton. And Ashton is just a name that we give to the vessel, but the entity that lives within Ashton is a shadow entity. So another spirit when I was communicating with them, told me that you are the one that keeps Ashton in check. Is that true? My cats always decide to, do the most noisy things when I'm recording. Ophelia, I get a strong feeling when I first brought you home, and even now, that you practiced magic when you were alive. Your energy is very strong. And when you were alive, did you practice hoodoo or voodoo, or practice general magic? Do you watch over the other spirits here? What year did you pass? Are you an adult? Are you a child? Are you male? Are you female? Yes, okay. So you're a female child? So are you a little girl? Are you an adult woman? So maybe you're in between adult woman and little girl. So maybe like teenage years? Okay. Do you like it here? Do you like the animals that live here as well? Yes, I do too. They can cause a ruckus, but they're sweet. Can the cats see you? Like maybe when you want to show yourself to them? Yes, okay. Have they seen you before? No? Okay. Did you have a nickname that you preferred to be called when you were alive? Is there anything that you would like to say? And remember, you can always speak into the EVP recorder, and when I listen to it again, I'll be able to hear your responses if you speak into it. So is there anything that you would like to say to me? like the name that I've given your vessel? The name Ophelia? Now, can you make that EMF detector, which is right on your vessel, can you make that go to 3 lights for me? I know it might be a little hard to do. Can you turn the white light on? I'm just going to get my thermal imaging camera. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Can you turn on one of the blinker balls for me? Either one is fine. You have one to the left side of your vessel and one to the right side of your vessel. Could you turn one of them on for me, please? And it's absolutely okay if you don't want to. And I'm just scanning the area with my thermal imaging camera just to kind of see, get a base reading on temp, and to see if anything shows up on the camera. And then one of my cats has come out to join. He shows up in the thermal imaging. Now, none of these tools you have to be afraid of. None of these tools will hurt you. These are just for communication, just to be able to talk with you. Where are you in this room right now? Are you standing near your vessel? If you are, can you make something from the table light up, whether it be the white light or the blinky ball or the EMF detector or even the flashlight? And I'm just scanning the room with the thermal imaging camera. Would you like to use the spirit box, Ophelia? The spirit box is kind of loud, but you can manipulate it to talk through it, where you can give real-time responses to my questions, and we can communicate and kind of chat that way. Would you like to communicate with the spirit box? It is kind of loud. So, okay, I'm going to take that as a yes. So it is kind of loud, just so you know ahead of time, because it's a little obnoxious sometimes. But I love using it because answers come through real time and I can hear what the responses are right away. And I can't seem to get this out here. There we go. Okay, so let me turn this on. And then I'll turn this on.
Power on.
Now in SB7 mode.
And I'm just going to put this right here next to you, okay, Ophelia? And you can use this to talk into it. So I'm just going to kind of ask the same questions I asked before. What is your name? Can you talk a little louder? How old are you? Where are you from? Was that, I don't know if I heard Louisiana. Louisiana? Is that where you're from? Can you use the EMF detector to confirm if you're from Louisiana? Can you get it to 2 or 3 lights for a yes? And just keep it at 1 light for no. No? So another spirit communicated that you keep Ashton, the shadow entity, in check. Is that true? Did you practice magic when you were alive? Do you watch over the other spirits? What year did you pass? Are you a woman? Do you like it here? Do you like animals? Do you have a nickname you prefer to be called? It almost sounded like Ophelia. I don't know if that's because you like the name I gave you. Is there anything that you would like to say? Would you like me to shut this device off, Ophelia? Is there anything that you would like to say to me? Feel free to use this time and use this device to say whatever you'd like. Hello? Now, I am seeing... I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. There is something on this camera right here. I don't know what that is. Is that you, Ophelia? It's quite a good size. I have this pointed right on her vessel. I don't know if you guys can see that. right there. It seems to be moving. Let me try to get a better shot of it. Just checking to see if it's this or this. Where are you in the room right now? Okay, I'm gonna shut this off now.
Turn it off.
Ophelia, are you glad that's off? It can be a bit loud. And, I'm sure you know from being here that it's relatively quiet for the most part. And so, when there's a whole bunch of noise out of nowhere, I'm sure that's not really, too pleasant. Especially when you're accustomed to quiet surroundings. Yeah. So, if you can, before I end this session, can you turn the flashlight on or turn one of the blinky balls on or even, make the EMF lights go off? Thank you. I did see that go up to 2 lights. Thank you. So I will be ending this session. Thank you so much, Ophelia, for talking with me and for interacting with me and for allowing me to, do this and put all these tools all around you. I know that that's probably a lot, and, I appreciate you tolerating all of these tools. Is there anything that you'd like to say before I end the session? And the EVP is right behind you. There's also an EVP recorder up on the shelf. And like I said before, if you speak into them, when I play it back, I'll be able to hear it. Is there anything that you'd like to say? Well, thank you so much, Ophelia. And thank you so much, guys, for watching and for, seeing how spirit can interact with the tools, and letting Ophelia, you know, share her story. I'm sure that there is something on the EVP recorder. I'll have to listen to it. She is a relatively active spirit. She has a very strong energy, but a very kind energy. And so I'm pretty sure, I've been told by another spirit that she is the one who keeps the shadow entity in check. And so I figured if she's the one keeping the shadow entity in check, it could be because there are so many children spirits here, and maybe she doesn't want them to be harmed, or she doesn't want the shadow entity to scare them. But I'm only going by what another spirit has communicated to me, so I would love to hear from Ophelia, whether she is the one who keeps Ashton in check, because that would be wonderful. There is definitely, if it's not Ophelia, it's another spirit, because shadow entities in general, I am sure would create a lot more havoc and chaos than he is currently creating. So there's definitely someone, saying, no, you're not going to do that here. And I've heard from another spirit. We were calling him Peter, and he does not want to be. Do you know Peter? Well, we don't call him Peter anymore. We call him Chief. Do you know Chief? Chief has had numerous names. Chief does not want to be on video. He has not given his permission. He will talk to us. He's very chatty. He is an indigenous spirit, and he is attached to a doll. And for the longest time, we were calling him Peter because we didn't have a name for him. And so we did an investigation with him, but in private, because he does not want to be on camera and he does not want to be recorded. And so we did an investigation with him, and he said on the spirit box, I go by Chief. And so that is what he wants to be called, and that's what we call him. His name is Chief. Yes, do you know Chief, Ophelia? I mean, every time I mention Chief, the light goes off. So I would imagine that Ophelia has come into contact with Chief. When they are attached to vessels, it does not mean that they don't have free roam, that they can't walk around the house, that they can't interact in different rooms of the house, because they can. Well, Chief is the one that told us that Ophelia here was the one keeping Ashton in check. And so that's why I wanted to ask her, whether she was the one keeping Ashton in check, because, I think that would be an amazing thing to do. There are a lot of children spirits here, and I always want to make sure that everyone is comfortable and everyone feels like they're home, because this is their home and they are part of my family. And I hope that you feel that way, Ophelia, that you are part of my family, and that, I care about you, and you're always welcome here. And I just hope that you know that. But thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and thank you, Ophelia, for communicating. And until the next one, I will see you then. Bye.